Buy the wrong Vegas home, and one storm or one power bill can erase your down payment. Here are the homes to skip and what to buy instead so you don't learn the hard way. Hey, I'm Eric Hudson, retired Air Force and a Las Vegas realtor for 12 years, focused on relocation and military families PCSing to Nellis and Creech. And today, I'm giving you objective buyer filters: soil, flood, risk, energy, water use, investor mix, and noise, so you can make a confident call without the drama. Stick with me. Number 4 blindsides most California buyers, and it's where a lot of folks get wrecked every July and August. Note there's 7 traps, plus one-line fixes, foundations, flood pockets, safety research, no steering, energy money pits, water hogs, investor-heavy streets, and noisy infrastructures. As a retired Air Force vet and 12-year Vegas realtor, I've watched buyers win by running these checks before they fall in love. So let's start off with the first one. Let's talk about foundations and soils. You know what? Vegas soils, they can shift. Sandy layers on top of a hard caliche below. Add into that a monsoon, poorly managed drainage, that can move a slab. Problems aren't always obvious at a showing. So let's look at some fast red flags that you can spot. Stair-step cracks in the stucco on the exterior of the drywall. Doors or walls that rub or won't latch. Negative grading. Note ground sloping towards the house. Water, like kind of staining at the stem of the wall. Don't buy these homes unless a licensed structural engineer signs off on the foundation. And this is separate from your general inspection. Downspouts push runoff 6 to 10 feet away, and the lot drains away from the slab. Past movement has documented repairs and warranty paperwork. So let's think of this as a mini case study, just 30 seconds or so. Relocating family loved a gorgeous single-story home with a subtle little drywall cracking, and we hired a structural engineer. The grading was sending water towards the slab, and it undermined the support for 2 of the corners. The seller agreed to regrade, adding extensions and epoxy, injecting key cracks before closing. About a $12,000 to $15,000 fix you wouldn't find with a basic walkthrough. Engineering letter and receipts now live with the home. Do this instead. Target homes with visible drainage improvements, intact expansion joints, and clean gutters and downspouts. Well-engineered lots and good water management are safer bets. Again, get that good inspection. We live in a desert, but believe it or not, we have real floods. Some pockets on the east side of town, parts of Henderson, and low-lying areas near washes fall in special flood hazard areas. Verify every address on the FEMA firms and the Clark County Regional Flood District maps before you fall in love. Or if you fall in love, make sure that's checked. Let's just do a quick address test. You can run a FEMA or county map by the parcel and look for the nearby washes, the deep gutters, and the retention bases. Ask for a 5-year history of water intrusion or claims for roof repairs. If the risk shows up, price flood insurance before writing an offer. What about some of the hidden costs? Even one event can mean mold, warped floors, electrical issues, lender-required insurance, and some tough resale psychology. Do this instead. Prefer higher elevation lots outside of mapped flood zones, or documented mitigation, raised pads, or flood vents graded to the streets, or a LOMA letter, LOMA, that removes the structure from the high-risk zone. Speed check. Which cost worries you the most? A, the foundation; 2, the flood; or power bills? Comment A, B, or C below so I know what to deep dive on next. So safety is a block by block in every city, including here in Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson. I won't label the areas. Here's how to research. Use the official crime mapping and compare a 1-mile radius over 6 to 12 months, not just a week. Visit at various times: weekdays, afternoons, weekend nights, and early in the morning. Get insurance quotes by address. Premiums quietly reflect risk. Look for clues: lighting, maintain yards, neighbors out after dark, visible cameras. Know what? Do this instead. Set your own comfort level. If your research doesn't meet it, keep shopping. There's always another house, especially in this market. Then there's that fourth house, energy money pits. Inefficient homes, they become AC machines in the July and August during the summer times here in Vegas. Think $400 and $500 summer power bills. Some of the culprits, thin attic insulation, thin single pane windows, especially in older homes, big west and south facing glass, tired or undersized HVAC, and of course, no shading. Why don't you do 30 minutes of due diligence? Ask for 12 months of electrical bills. You'll see the summer spikes kind of instantly. As a matter of fact, you call the electrical company up here, they will actually release that to you. Ask the other agent for that while you're in your due diligence period. When you're getting that inspection, make sure the inspector gives you a picture of what the attic insulation looks like. Make sure they measure that. So make sure they take that peek in the attic and aim for an R38 plus insulation and that it's nice and evenly covered. Verify the HVAC's age and the tonnage versus the square footage, because a mismatched unit, that's called non-stop runtime and higher bills. Look for dual pane windows, shade structure, deep eaves, and smart thermostats. Take a look at those windows when you get in the house. If they're single pane, keep on moving. Do yourself a nice bill walkthrough. It only takes a few seconds. Grab the July NV energy bill, point to the total kilowatt hours, the demand charges if present, and the average daily usage. Then connect fixes to outcomes. Jumping from an old 10 SEER AC to a modern high SEER unit plus R38 insulation typically cuts peak summer kilowatt hours noticeably. The comfort improvement in the AC is going to cycle off. Do this instead. Prioritize upgraded insulation and modern high SEER HVAC units. Note, shade on the west and south side exposures. Solar can help, and evaluate the contract. Is it leased? Is it a PPA? Is it owned? Not just the panels. And if it has solar, get a solar inspection. You know what, solar is a whole different issue. I still need to make an even deeper video on solar, but I should almost add that as a whole new category, but let's keep on going. So next, let's do a quick poll here. Would you rather pay $8,000 to $10,000 now for efficiency, or an extra $250 every summer month for 5 years? Comment upgrade or pay the bill. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, because I want to come up with a nice little video for you guys. Water usage, it's a headache. This is number 5 to think about. Water is like gold here. Not really. Most of our water goes to California. Big lawns, thirsty plants, and old spray irrigation means higher build and strict watering schedules. Now, these can be some red flags. You got a large front lawn, daytime sprinklers in summer, and overspray onto the sidewalks, no drip irrigation on plants, and only old pop-up sprays. It's a matter of preference, because you know what? Like I keep saying, they don't want you touching grass around here anymore. But it does cost more. If you don't want to do that, do this instead. Xeriscape with drip irrigation, smart controllers, and drought-tolerant plants. If you love the green, a small artificial turf zone beats, in some people's opinion, a water hog lawn. Lower bills and less weekend maintenance, in some people's opinion. Not mine. I like grass. I like touching that grass. Number 6 for houses to think about that I'd say stay away from. Investor-dominated streets. Streets heavy with corporate rentals feel kind of transient and can appreciate slower. Look for the patterns. There are a lot of LLCs and trusts on the assessor's site for that same block. During that due diligence period, see if your realtor can look for that for you. Identify a lot of those for rent posts managed by one company, frequent move-ins on weekends, inconsistent yard care, because remember, it's a rental. Owner-occupied often pays a premium for stability and maintains homes differently. High turnover can soften comps and your future resale. Do this instead. Favor visible pride of ownership, because don't you want pride of ownership if you're buying a home? Because you want future growth, consistent landscaping, neighbors outside on weekends. If there's an HOA, ask for owner occupancy ratios and the rental caps. Some HOAs don't even allow rentals. Think about this one. Do they allow things like Airbnbs? Because that can mean something. Because, that party house on the weekends, think that's going to help out? Now, let's go into another trade-off time. Slightly older home on a high occupancy street, or newer home on a mostly rental street. Comment, community or newer? I love your opinion. Number 7. problematic infrastructure, and noise. Perfect house in the wrong spot equals a daily headache. Listen for and research. In case you didn't know, we got multiple airports here. We've got the Harry Reid Airport, we've got the North Las Vegas Airport, we've got the Henderson Airport. No, that's here in the greater Las Vegas area. I'm not even talking about Boulder City or the other places. And then we got the air base. So consider that noise. Flight paths from the Harry Reid Airport or Flight Harry Reid International common to have helicopter tours out of there to and from the Strip and to Lake Mead. Freeway ramps, the I-15, the 215, major arteries and planned expansions, 24-hour commercial edges, large gas stations, logistics yards, late night venues, playing that music and everything. Near base aircraft noise. Yep, Nellis gets noisy. Yeah, the sound of freedom, yeah, it's real. On-site tests, visit nights and weekends. Stand in the backyard for 5 minutes, phone calls in hand. If you can't finish a sentence without saying what, keep shopping. So what about this? A map noise sanity check. You know what you can do? Some quick looks. You can do the airport's published noise contour map for general patterns. You can actually look at the in-flight tracker map to see the current approach and departure patterns for the airport. Now, it's not going to work as well for like North Las Vegas or Henderson, but for Harry Reid, think about that. You can actually see live where the flights are coming from and to, and their altitudes and everything. You can go like, wait a minute, all the flights are going over this neighborhood. That's kind of a clue bird. You can actually look at the city county planning maps for any approved or proposed highway projects near the address. If 2 out of 3 say busy, it's probably not going to get any quieter. In case you didn't notice, we're growing around here. So here's a little fast recap. Think twice about homes with foundation, soil red flags without any engineer sign off. If you see those, it's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars to fix. Pockets mapped off of flood risk. There aren't that many anymore, but there still are some. Safety signals that don't meet your comfort level. Go check out the sites. Metro, North Las Vegas, Henderson Police, just go to their sites. All you got to do is just look at the crime level, get it to your safety level that you feel good about. There are other sites. I'll see if I can link them below. If you go to my website, which is below, I changed websites. I actually used to have all of this stuff on my website. I'm trying to get it all back on the new website where you could just one button click and you can see all of the crime stats and other stuff that I'm sure you would like to see. We're trying to get that back on there. It's an internal problem, and that's why, I'm just going to leave it at that. Energy inefficiency, that guarantees some big summer bills. Just watch out for it. You don't want to end up spending $600 trying to cool your house down. I wouldn't worry as much about heating it up because the heating's not as bad here, but cooling it down, you got to worry about that. I know some people have an issue with it, especially the local governments about touching grass, but water is getting more expensive. They don't want you touching grass. So they have been really ringing it up here and finding you like crazy for water. So you really need to watch out for that. If you got a big lawn, there aren't many big lawns left, but watch out for it. Too many investors on the street, it's going to hurt your long-term growth. And constant noise, watch out for it. Look for that airport noise. If that house backs up against a busy street, if it's near some of these logistics yards, because that's one of the things we got coming here, a lot of logistics. You're gonna have a lot of noise. It's also gonna hurt your resale value. So what do you wanna buy instead? Well, of course, well-drained lots outside of the mapped flood zones. So efficient envelopes, AKA a nice house and a nice shell with a good HVAC where it doesn't cost you much. Xeriscaped with drip irrigation, so the water company where they know you're not touching grass. Owner occupancy streets, so you have a nice resale value. And of course, quiet interior locations where you're not worrying about jet noise, even though it's the sound of freedom. I miss the flight line. If you're relocating, especially PCSing to Nellis or Creech, grab my free Las Vegas relocation checklist and book a quick 15-minute PCS or relocation consultation by using the calendar link below. I keep a few slots open every week. And if this saved you from a money pit, hit the like and subscribe, and also hit that bell notification, because that way you'll be able to see what we have coming up. We put videos out every single week, and you know what? For my military brothers and sisters, you know the drill. Alpha, Mike, Foxtrot, and to everyone else, which is the majority of my audience, you know we still love you, and we're going to keep them lights on for you. And YouTube has another video that's about to pop up here. And according to YouTube, this is the video you want to see. And I want to see you over there. So let's go meet over in the next video. Go ahead and click it.